To give us more insights in terms of what's exactly unfolding between Israel and Palestine at this point of time, we're being joined by Dan Perry, who's joining us live from Tel Aviv and who's an international affairs analyst. Now, Mr. Perry, what's unfolded in the last 2-3 days? This is a sharp escalation that has taken place, and we're given to understand, and these are the words of the Israeli Prime Minister, that Israel has carried out what is being described as a preemptive raid on the Palestinians. Tell us more what's happening.
Well, Israel says it had, highly relevant, pertinent information about a severe attack being planned by Islamic Jihad in retaliation for the arrest of one of their leaders in the West Bank. Of course, Islamic Jihad is not in charge of Gaza. Hamas is in charge of Gaza. Hamas being the relatively more reasonable terrorist group. So Israel is hoping Hamas doesn't get involved in this latest round and stays out of it. And if that indeed continues to be the case, there is a chance that the tensions can ease and the round can wind down in a few hours or days.
All right. Now, Israel claims that it is carrying out precision strikes. It's going after these individuals, the leaders of the Islamic Jihad group. But, the visuals that are coming in from the Gaza Strip show the level of bombings that have taken place there. 6 innocent children have also lost their lives. How do we justify the loss of collateral life, especially of children?
Look, I mean, it's heartbreaking that civilians and children and any innocents get harmed in these conflicts. And when it happens at a big enough scale, of course, that can force an early end to the most well-laid plans. But I've yet to encounter the government of any country, including the United States, I would have to say including India, that would scrap strategic plans because of this danger. I have to say Israel categorically denies firing the rocket that caused most of the deaths of children that you mentioned. That happened yesterday. They've issued videos and other evidence meant to prove that that was a rocket fired by Jihad that fell short. And I assess that to be true. I don't always take governments at their word, but, this rings true to me. It's also true, on the other hand, that one little girl was killed on the first day as part of the assassination of al-Jabari, the jihad leader, and that was a preemptive strike that you referred to. In general, we should remember Israel's dealing with militants that locate themselves among civilians precisely in order to cause such casualties, or, if you want to be charitable, as human shields. We saw that with Islamic State in Iraq and other places as well. This isn't cynicism, it's just the reality.
It's the reality, as you put it now. Israel has also blockaded some of the entry points into the Gaza Strip. And the information that has come in is that this is also blocked off fuel for the only power station in Gaza. This means that people in Gaza at this point of time have access to electricity only for about 8 hours in a day. The question that I want to ask you is, how much longer will Israel want to persist with this blockade, and what does this accomplish?
Oh, look, I mean, the blockade of Gaza has been going on for 16 years, and Israel's hope is that this will cause the people of Gaza to overthrow Hamas. And I have to say, as a strategy, that has obviously failed spectacularly. The victims are 2 million people in Gaza who continue to suffer under the boot of a radical Islamic group that has imposed Islamist theocracy upon themselves and brings ruin to Gaza by provoking repeatedly a far more powerful neighbor. What to do is an open question, and I think it would take up more than a few minutes we have here today. Right. My own view is that Israel would be well advised to concede that the blockade of Gaza has not worked, and to try a different approach, along with the international community, maybe offer a sort of Marshall Plan for Gaza, which would hold out the prospect of a decent life for its long-suffering population in exchange for return of the Palestinian Authority. Now, I'm under no illusion Hamas will just hand over the keys, but if enough people in Gaza see the prospects of something new in the offing, I think the pressure will grow and changes may become possible.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Perry, for joining us from Tel Aviv and getting us those insights there.